Hi there. We're going to fold a gorgeous star out of a square sheet of paper. The first thing that we need to do though is we need to make a pentagon out of the square. So what you'll need is a square sheet. I've got an 8.5-inch sheet and I'm going to need a pair of scissors. And I'll show you how to make a perfect pentagon out of any square. So make sure it's completely square. This is a scrapbook, thin scrapbook paper. You want your papers to be fairly thin when you're folding the star. So I'm just folding it. I've got the color or pattern side down, and I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm keeping it folded, and I just need to make a fold. Basically, not a fold, it's a pinch fold. I'm just marking, going to just get this edge lined up at the top and get that nice and pointed there, and then I'm going to make a pinch right here. I don't want to fold all the way through. And I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. I'm just going to line this up and then make a pinch. And what I've created is a little tiny X. Now I know what I need to do next. So the little X right here, I'm going to take the folded edge, not the open edge, but this folded edge, and I'm going to bring it up to that X, right to meet right inside that. And then I'm going to crease. And then I'm going to take the piece I just folded and I'm going to fold it backwards in half. Nice, make those nice, just make everything line up. Oh, this edge needs to line up perfectly over that edge. And then I'm going to take this edge and I'm going to make it meet this edge here, right here, just folding it in. And there I have that. And now I'm just going to fold this backwards along that center. Now I notice that I'm not exactly lined up, so it's really good to get all your points nice and sharp, and then you can always readjust them. But there it is. So now I'm just going to fold this backwards, turning it over on the solid side, and then I'm just folding backwards, lining up that edge on the back. So what I have now are these layers. And I need to cut through all the layers right at the top of this part right here. So I'm going to go ahead and use my scissors. I love these because they have long blades, but you can use anything that will give you that nice straight cut. So now this goes away. And what I have now is a perfect pentagon. And this, now we can start folding our star. So I'll unfold the pentagon. There it is. It's perfect. All this, basically the pentagon, all of the 5 sides need to be exactly the same length. So now what we're going to do to start the star is each edge we're going to fold. This edge will go to these 2 folds right there. These sort of diagonally, these folds coming out. That's where we're going to have our edges meet. So I'm going to take this bottom edge and I'm going to bring it up to that fold and line it up, and then make sure that your vertical crease is lined up over the one underneath, and then just crease it. You open it up, rotate it so you have your next side facing you, and just bring that edge up to those little creases. Make sure this is lined up, and then crease. Open it up, rotate, bring your bottom edge up to those creases. And what you'll notice as you're doing this, you're basically creating another pentagon inside. So it's going to be a small pentagon inside the larger one. So I'm going to basically fold these up again and crease. I see that I have one more to do, so folding this edge up to make that meet right there. So I have now a little pentagon inside the big pentagon. So you can kind of see that right here. These folds, you can see those right inside. Next step. Now we need to take all 4, or excuse me, not 4, 5. We are taking the 5 points and we're going to fold them. We're actually going to fold them together so that they meet. And you want to end the crease right in the inside part. So you've got the outside point meeting in here. I'm just holding it together, and I'm going to pinch it together until it lays flat. I'm not creating any new creases except for this crease right here. I'm just going to lay it flat and make that crease. I'm going to do this on all sides. So I'm going to take this, these at this point, push it together, pinch it together, and lay it down. I'm not making new creases except for that one underneath. Just kind of lay it down and then make that crease. You'll feel it right underneath. You're going to open it up, take the next point. It'll be 5 times we'll do this. Taking the next point, going to make no new creases except for that one underneath. Open up, take the next point, push it together. Just using this pentagon part is going to help you with that. And just lay it down and increase. Open it up. We've got another one to go, or maybe 2 to go. I'm going to take that edge, this left edge here, and I'm pinching it together, not making any new creases except for this one, and just got it. One more, I think. It's all good. Okay, so we've got 5. Now all the creasing is done, all the pre-creasing is done. What you want to do now is to take all of your points that you just made, or all those creases you just made, and you're going to fold them. You're going to just collapse them into the center. And what happens is it basically just kind of goes, it's almost like it just sort of collapses into this shape, into this 5-point shape with the pentagon on the inside. And then we're going to turn it over. We've got another pentagon here. This is that one, the second one that we had folded. And now we're just going to create the points of the star. And the way we do that is we're folding these edges, or these points, are going to go right to the center, right to that center. And then what we need to do is just make sure that you have a nice sharp point before you really reinforce that crease. I'm going to do the same on this right here. I'm bringing this edge, this little point, to that center, and I'm just bringing all the layers and then just kind of angling it to make sure that I have a nice sharp point on the edge. And you can just keep adjusting it until you get that sharp point, and then you can just crease. Reinforce the crease. Now I'm going to take the same, or this corner here, I could just the outer corner folded part, fold that into that center, and just angle it to crease, get that nice sharp crease, and then just keep adjusting it until you get that. So there we go, a little bit more adjustment. There I am. Okay, we have 2 more to go. This is the 4th one. I'm just going to fold that towards that center, and then once I've found that center, then I'm just going to angle that out. Just kind of keep working it. And you'll notice it's just a little bit of just kind of adjusting. There we are, got that nice sharp crease, and then I'm just going to reinforce. The very last one is, you'll see that you've just got to lift up this a little bit so that you can fold that last corner up, and you just kind of have to move that out of the way. Just move it out of the way. Once you find that part once you find that center, then you can fold it down, and basically now just make that last nice crease, and there we have our star. I think this is so beautiful. This is an 8.5-inch square. This one is a 12-inch square, and I don't have a little 6-inch square. I think this might be 8, but they're so much fun. You can add glitter to them. You can make them into a garland. You can make them into a mobile, and they're just really gorgeous. You can actually also write a note on the back. There's just so many things you can do with these beautiful stars. You can also, if you want to, you can glue these centers down if you don't like the way they pop up like that. Sometimes I do. It just depends. So what I do is I just take a little glue and put it on in the inside of that star, and then I push down, and it is ready to go. And it stays nice and snug, and there it is. So I hope you were able to make a star by watching this video. I hope that you have, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can see more projects like this. And I hope you have a wonderful day.